In the English dictionary, tradition is described as a long-established custom or belief. It is the recognition and preservation of heritage and the past. But in a world of constant evolution and new trends, how do we preserve tradition without being left behind by the rapidly changing world? That is the question that event organisers at the Masters are constantly trying to answer. Augusta National is steeped in elitism, notoriously difficult to go to, and nearly impossible to play at. Yet almost every springtime since 1934, the sporting world has turned its attention to the Masters and tunes in to watch the world's best players compete for golf's biggest prize. And for all its history, the Masters manages to strike the delicate balance between tradition and modernisation, between exclusivity and accessibility, and between preservation and innovation. As a result of this, the Masters is viewed by both players and fans as the pinnacle. It is the tournament to win and the event to go to. It is one of very few sporting events remaining which hasn't had its heritage overrun by commercial interest or greed. Wimbledon and perhaps the Olympics are the only other events that come to mind. This certainly plays a big role in its continued success, and is part of the fact that the Masters tradition is preserved in all the right ways. TV viewers access broadcast coverage of the competition with minimal advertising breaks. The patrons at the event, the ban on phones and cut price concessions, give the event an old school, truly unique experience, which is perceived as desirable rather than outdated. Compare this to the PGA Tour, which has become overloaded with ads and riddled with food and drink prices unsubtly exploiting the fanbase. Author Barry Houlihan puts it, commercialisation and popularity can lead to the erosion of their oppositional character. He essentially believes that sport can become too popular for its own good. The Masters are very wary of that idea and are keen to preserve what they have as a result. But in a world of constant evolution and digitisation, tradition alone isn't enough. The Masters have always been at the forefront of digital golf content. Back in 1996, they moved to set up their website, which at the time was considered a sign of Augusta National's favourable attitude towards technology. In recent years, the Masters app has been flawlessly designed to allow fans to view AI-powered highlights and multi-angle live streams. Equally, the Masters' social media pages consist of high-quality, visually appealing content, which adds to the prestige of the whole event.
His stardom confirmed.
With this digital content, there is also a huge emphasis placed on the history of the tournament. There is a clear pride and a willingness to share the event's illustrious history with as many people as possible. Then there is the course itself, a hallowed turf which has decided the fate of some of the world's best for almost a century. Remaining largely unchanged but for tweaks in distance and the occasional strategic redesigns, all in the name of keeping Augusta the challenge it has always meant to be. With this comes carefully considered, perfectly planned marketing, which only adds to the occasion. In the weeks prior to Masters season, premium fill content delving into Augusta's history and the previous year starts to appear on our screens. Lastly, the Masters make a point of not revealing the prize pot until the week of the tournament, which has two key benefits. Firstly, by concealing the prize money, they ensure that media coverage of the event discusses the history and magic of Augusta, rather than the somewhat less dignified financial incentive that the players have. In addition to this, the reveal of the prize pot right before the event serves as a reminder to fans of the tournament's stakes. In summary, for the Masters, tradition is a feeling. It is the practice of constantly providing people the best possible sporting experience and evolving year on year, era by era, while never forgetting its past. For every green jacket or champion's dinner, there is a modern equivalent. And in doing this, Augusta walks the almost impossibly fine line between preserving its rich and prestigious history and offering the technology and innovation that keeps the modern viewer interested.